Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be doing a Forestman set tier ranking list where we're going to be ranking every set that has been released under the Forestman theme to date. But before we go any further, let me just say, if you like this video, any of the videos on the channel, please
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I will be getting into our Forestman tier ranking list after the intro coming in
Now.
I say we get into the big topic for today's program.
The
Forestman
Forestman
set.
set.
Yeah, we're gonna do a tier ranking list on all the Forestman sets. Let me just start this by giving a little background on the Forestman. I have not owned every set on here, but I grew up with these sets and I have owned quite a few of them, and this is just my general opinions, the ones that I would prefer to go back and get, or the ones that I have went back and got. And let's start here with Haycart with Smugglers, set number 1680, 51 pieces, released in 1990. And as you can see, this is just a basic little cart, only 51 pieces. Having said that, there's something about these classic sets, even when they're just simple like this, it seems like they worked better than the current day sets if they were to do something quite this simple and basic.
well, like this one, the cart is a blue cart just like that, but they make it.
Yeah, see, that's what
They make it a little bit more unstable by making it with the little flags.
right.
Where they used a 2x6 or something
Right.
for the other one. So they kind of overcomplicated it.
Right.
But I mean, it still looks good.
Haycart with Smugglers.
Where are you going to start that one off?
I'm gonna start in the C range with it.
See?
Yeah,
It's a tiny set, but it's still a nice set.
right.
But it's small.
It's rather small. And next up we have.
Is this another cart?
Yep. You're gonna find this trend with the Forestman set.
The Forsman set.
And this one is Crusaders cart, set number 1877, 51 pieces, released in 1990. And again, it's kind of funny that it's literally the same amount of pieces as the other cart.
Really?
Yeah, it's definitely.
When was the other one released?
The other one was 1990, and this one was 1990. So Forsman got two carts of the same piece count in the same year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this is Bricklink. I mean, this is where I got all my information.
Wow, Brinkley. Wow.
Yeah.
Let me see the other cart again. They look like the same cart.
They do look like the same cart.
I think they're the same cart.
Well, this
I'm
one
gonna
comes
call.
with 2 minifigures, and this one comes with 3.
Oh.
And that must be literally the
That's
only
the
difference.
Wow.
That's the only difference that we see. So
Same ranking, in my opinion.
same ranking. And next up, we have
Oh, now that one's fancier.
this one is Smugglers Hayride, set number 1974, 42 pieces, released in 1989. So this one actually came out a year earlier than the other one. Given the nature of these Forestman sets, there's not a ton of them, so we might as well include the minifigures in the discussion for the quality of these ones. And
I know why.
this one comes with an alternate the gray and blue type print.
It's the hood. You like that?
And I like that hood a lot.
Yeah,
I do.
I knew it.
But having said that, I think it's just another cart, but I think I like that one a little bit better.
Well, it's kind of like a hay cart, so it's got that tall sides on it, so it's a little different.
Right.
It's not the same exact cart with just one more minifigure.
Next up, we have Bandits Ambush Set number 6024, also 51 pieces, released in 1996. Now, the Dark Forestman made a return. The Forestman returned in 1996. They called it the Dark Forestman. And so this is the first set from that revival of the Forestman. And I don't know. What do you think of this build, honey?
I like it. For the amount of pieces. I think it's a big playable set. If I was a kid, I would have liked that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because it looks like you can do some adventures in it. And again, it has those hoods.
Right.
So that's a bonus.
And it comes with tree, but they went with brown trees with the Dark Forestman, which is interesting, but they went with the black trees with the original Forestman.
Yeah,
that's a conundrum there.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Yeah. Let's say
I would say that's a B.
You think that one is a B?
Well, so far.
So far.
I mean, it's better than the cards.
It's better than the cards, even though it's the same amount of pieces.
Yeah. It just looks like you have a lot more playable stuff.
So we're going to go with a B with that one. This one is Hemlock Stronghold, set number 6046, 195 pieces, also released in 1996 as part of the Dark Forestman theme. And this seems like it's trying to be a callback to like Forestman's Hideout kind of a set. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Something looks amiss. Like I wonder if I saw the other side, is there trees coming out the other side? Because it kind of looks like there's just trees coming out the sides, and it looks a little too tall.
Yeah.
But if it's got it on the other side, I don't know. We don't have this set, do we?
No, we don't have this one.
So I'm not sure. It looks like a lot of pieces, though.
Well, it's 195 pieces, so it's
Really?
actually the biggest one we've talked about here yet today.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I'm not super impressed with it. And again, why did you use brown trees?
Yeah, the Dark Forestman got brown trees. I think it's a B though.
Okay.
And I think I like it better than the other one.
Oh.
Do you agree?
Well, it's bigger for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Bigger's usually better.
Usually.
I mean, if you had all the Forestman sets, that one would be a nice inclusion amongst, in like a Forestman scene, like it would look good with the other ones, I believe. But if you just had it on its own, yeah. Honestly, I would probably go, everyone could be probably bumped down a row. I mean, because the Forestman, as much as I love the Forestman theme, I don't know how many of them are truly S tier sets compared to like this castle we're building, for example.
Oh, well, we're not comparing castles.
I know that's what we're talking strictly about, the Forestman theme, and so I'm keeping it, in tune with that. So
well, I think that there's an S tier.
Yes, there will be, but among the Forestman theme, I will give Hemlock Stronghold a B.
B it is.
Behave. And next up, we have Forestman's Hideout, set number 6054, 194 pieces, released in 1998. And I mean, this is a D one for sure, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to Forestman
Trying to
sets.
start a riot, are you?
Hence why Lego themselves
This is why he doesn't read the comments till he's done.
Re-released it. But obviously I love this set. We have a ton of them. Well, not this exact one. We only have one of this exact one. We will get to its younger brother shortly on down the line. But yeah, I mean, I still love this set. I think it's a fantastic classic Lego set from days gone by. But I'm not going to give it an S though.
Then it deserves an A.
But it's in the A. And it's definitely a high A.
Yeah.
And then next up we have Camouflaged Outpost, set number 6066, 204 pieces, released in 1987.
I like this one.
You like this one?
Yes.
This is the one where it's like a rock and they can hide in like it's a rock.
Yep. And I think they did the this little hideout here as a throwback to it.
Yes, that is true.
Yep.
Good pointing that out.
Yeah. So I like this one. I am a sucker for playability.
Right.
So I like the fact that it is definitely playable.
I agree. It's definitely one of the better ones. I think it's definitely an A tier set, but I do think Forsman's Hideout is better. I prefer Forsman's Hideout myself. The fact that the castle included a feature from this set definitely increases the value of that set, I would say, historically. But Forsman's Hideout got a straight up remake. So.
Yeah.
So it's not better than that one.
Oh, that's your logic.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh.
And next up, we have Forestman's Crossing, set number 6071, 187 pieces, released in 1990.
I love this one.
And I had this one as a child. I did.
This is my favorite one.
It's the one that I believe has the most of the black tree type pieces in it. It has the rope bridge.
The bridge, right.
Those rope bridges that Lego used to make.
And the base plate.
The base plate with the river going through it and the whole shebang there. And it came with the ever rare and exclusive female Forestman minifigure. And she goes for a pretty penny on the aftermarket now these days. And it comes with a nice assortment of minifigures as well. Forestman's Crossing, I think, is definitely an A tier set.
I would put it S tier.
You would put it S tier.
Yeah, just because it's awesome. I love that set. It's got almost like the Forestman Hideout. And then it's got the castle part too, and that rope bridge and that base plate.
All right, chat. So Jen wants to put it S tier. You have a few seconds to get your vote in. If you want S tier, say S in the chat. If I get enough votes for S, I will put it in S tier.
You don't want to put it in S tier? Well, I think it should at least go above Forsman.
King saying S tier. Ooh, Ollendorf says it's A tier.
Ollendorf. Is it better than Forest Hideout though? I should have known.
Ooh, Lego Bear says it's S tier as well. That's 2 for S tier.
For it.
Ooh, Rula is here. He says it's S tier. So real quick, I'll say hello to both Lego Bear and Rula. Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it. and
being on my side. It's even better. It's such a great set.
Ollendorf says, to be honest, it's S anyway.
Aww.
All right, guys, you won me over. I'm going to put Forestman Crossing in S tier, but it is not going to be the top one. No.
No, I didn't say it had to be the top one. I don't know what's coming up.
And
maybe we'll move it down if we need to.
Well, the people have spoken.
I think it's S tier for sure. I love it.
Next up, we have Forestman's River Fortress. This one is set number 6077, 333 pieces released in 1989. Well, that's not very big high count of pieces, only 333.
Now this one, I don't think this one is S tier.
You don't think this one is S tier? I think this one is absolutely S tier.
You do? Does it open?
It does open.
Oh, okay.
See, it's even got the little arrows.
Oh, well, that screen's far away from me.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on there. So it does open, so it makes it wider.
The biggest complaint I've heard about this is that the interior of it's pretty barren.
Oh, like the Forsman Hideout.
Yeah, like there's really not much going on the inside.
They didn't get into interiors much, did they?
No, in these days they really didn't. You know, all the accessories and fun stuff that you see nowadays in current builds, they definitely didn't do a whole lot of that in these days. We left it more up to your imagination.
So are you gonna put that in S tier?
That it's an S tier to me.
Above that one?
Above that one. Now these two together with the Forestman's Hideout, that is, you have a Forestman land of all lands. If you have those three, if you throw the camouflage outpost, you have all four of those.
That's awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously might try to build that.
Yeah.
Outpost.
Well, we've talked about building some of these in the past.
Well, I've talked about those bridges. You know, I love those bridges.
Yeah.
So we need to get some of those. They're on the list.
But I think it's definitely S tier.
All
right, chat. Do you guys believe it is an S tier as well? Ollendorf says it's an top A tier because it's weaker than the Castle in the Forest set. Seems to be slimmer to me. So, and King says those sets would look great as one whole set with the forest around it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, but I'm keeping it in S tier. Okay. I think it's an S tier set. Now, will it be the number one S tier? Well, that is to be determined. But
Ollendorf said something I forgot about.
Next up, we have Dark Forest Fortress, set number 6079, 444 pieces released in 1996. And this was the creme de la creme of the Dark Forest theme. And I mean, just looking at it, it looks like a very nice set. And, you know, when you talk about, you know, Forestman sets and having them all, this one doesn't ever get the shine maybe it deserves. But I think it's great. My only thing I would take away from it is the brown trees.
Yep.
If you put black trees on this thing, it would be hot.
Yeah, I agree, because it is a nice set. And look at that raised base plate. I mean, who doesn't love raised base plate? And that carriage is pretty cool. Yeah, that's an interesting looking carriage. I'd have to look at it closer, but the trees.
Yeah, the trees.
The brown trees.
That holds it back for me. But I still think, given the size and piece count, it's got to be.
So we don't have any brown trees.
It's got to be an A tier set, but I think it's the bottom rung of the A tier.
Sure. The raised base place, though, you know.
It's not an S tier set.
No, I wouldn't say it's S tier.
No, but it's definitely the best set of the Dark Forest return.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, if that thing had black trees, it'd probably be an S tier set for sure. And then next up, we have the brand new Forest Hideout, set number 40567, 248 pieces released in 2022. So the new kid on the block. And we built this thing, we reviewed it, you know, I compared it with the original, the whole 9 yards. I think it is a great build, and I think it is a great set, and it is extremely comparable with the original one.
I think it's better than the original one, only because there's newer techniques in there with the trees and stuff, and that makes it more modern. So of course it's going to be better than the old one. But another thing that puts it over the top is the girl. The girl.
Well, honestly,
forest.
Honestly, everything about this set is, I would say, superior to the original, with 2 exceptions. One, I like the roof look, which Ian Brickbod pointed this out. The way the roof looks on the old one, I like better than the new one. I don't hate the way the new one looks, but if we're gonna, we're dicker and danning.
I don't know.
You don't know if you can.
It's more modern. I mean, the only reason I like the old one, like I'm looking at it behind you, and the only reason I like the old one is because it's nostalgic.
Right.
But to go with the more, if you put that one with the modern trees and everything, I think it would look funny. And I think people would gripe because they don't, for some reason, they don't like seeing studs too much.
Right.
I think they would gripe for sure.
And so I think the roof on the older one is superior, and then the mushroom on the old one is far better. This one is not a printed. It's not a printed piece. It's just a red.
It's got the polka dot, doesn't it?
Yeah. That just makes the mushroom pop that much more. And the fact that Lego got away from that is a little disappointing. The stuff that they cut corners on sometimes, but then the stuff that they go all out on, you're just like, huh. It's one of those things that make you go, But I do like the target. I was drawing a blank there. The target on this one is a better build, and it's a cleaner build than the original as well. So yeah, I think it's definitely A tier, and I'm gonna slide it in ahead of the old one.
Yes.
And then last but not least, the one King Oldendorf has been salivating over, waiting for me to talk about.
Just waiting.
And that is Castle in the Forest, set number 91001, 1,928 pieces, released in 2021. And this is, of course, was a Bricklink designer set. And I mean, just looking at it, it's the nicest one of the bunch. It's got to be. I'm partial to the castle and the River Fortress, the original one. But this one, it's so many more pieces. You have, all the attention to detail and everything that's going on. I'm sure Oldendorf is happy to chime in the chat with his opinions on this particular set. But the only complaints that I have heard, first and foremost, it's the stickers on the shields. They are not printed. And that is rather disappointing, I gotta say.
That is disappointing.
They
even did it on the free gift with purchase.
Yeah.
They printed them.
I think it's because they caught so much grief for this one that's why they did it.
Oh.
If they wouldn't have caught so much grief for this one, I think we would have ended up with
stickers
again.
Ooh.
So I'm glad that
they made a stink.
We kept Lego honest there. And then the other thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, Oldendorf, but you said it was very difficult to move. That the back falls apart, or doesn't stay together very well. He says, Mikey, Castle in the Forest is S tier. All capital exclamation points.
Yes, Oldendorf. Yes, sir. It is. Calm down.
Lego Bear says it's S tier.
Yes.
And then he says, no stickers. Oldendorf says the sticker for the shield is so easy for me to do. Bothers him not.
This from the man who has sticker rants all the time. Bothers him not. He loves it. You're so funny, Oldendorf.
All right, so yes, it's got to be S tier, and it's got to be number one.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Now, for the sake of this tier list, I like the carts, everyone. I do, but I think I'm moving them all down to D.
I agree.
The rest of them, they're tiny, and then these ones I'm moving down to C. And then I think I'm going to put this one in B. I think this is going to be.
That's it. You're wrapping it up.
I think this makes me happiest. What do you guys think? Do you agree with those changes? Ollendorf says they held together strong and hasn't come apart yet. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I misunderstood you. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that final outcome there. Yeah, because I mean, like Ollendorf said once, like S tier is ones that you should definitely try your best to own. And then, we're not doing an F, so D tier would be ones you could absolutely pass on. And all three of those carts, I mean...
Yeah, they're not necessary to have,
Yeah.
unless you're a completionist, then...
But I mean, how hard would it be to just build those as well?
Right.
I mean, you wouldn't get the minifigures, but... Yeah, I think this is it for me. Lego Bear says, great selection. Ollendorf says, Mikey know nothing about the castle and forest at all. Oh, that's not true. I'm going on what you have told me, sir.
You have discussed it.
Now, maybe I misinterpreted your information a bit. I mean, that's possible. But that's what I'm going with.
But you are the guru when it comes to the castle and the forest for us, because we know you have it and you've built it.
Rula says, looks good. Can we do a Lord of the Rings and Hobbit set ranking next?
Oh, good suggestion.
That is an awesome suggestion. Suggestion. And yeah, we can make that happen.
We can make that happen.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.